Mike, you want to be in this? Want to be in this?
Sure.
Hello, I'm back. I didn't even bother changing my clothes or really cleaning up the kitchen. I'm just continuing on with Level Up Your Leftovers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the last episode where I made these wonderful sort of sweet and sour meatballs made from leftovers and then served it with a herby garlic sauce, pickled onions, shaved cucumber, and kale. And it was really delicious. I was a little bit confused, discombobulated at the beginning, but it really all came together. And out of that episode, you saw that I roasted these peppers that I wanted to use up, but they didn't quite fit with that dish. So I want to use them and level these up instead of waste them. And they're nice and roasted now and blistered and perfect. So I was thinking, literally just before I turned this camera on, I would make a bell pepper dip out of these, in keeping with our dip theme of this month. If you don't know what I'm talking about either, go watch the Mexican Fiesta board video with 3 incredible dips you can make, and now you could probably add a roasted bell pepper dip to the mix. So let's make this, because I think these are the perfect things to kind of whirl into a dip. You could also whirl them into some kind of sauce for pasta, but I'm feeling dippy today. It's possible we could even just use up the rest of our garlic sauce. Why the heck not? That's gonna add lots of nice flavor to this dip. And then I've got still just some chives I can pick through, put that in the mix. But I've got all kinds of things in the fridge that we can use as the base of this dip. So let's go rummaging. Because I've been in this dip mode, I've got more sour cream. I've got more plain garlic dip, so we could always use that. It is oil-based. The sour cream is cashew-based and coconut cream-based. I quite like that, as I mentioned before. I still have some feta crumbles, 2 different types of feta, so we could always put, bell pepper and feta goes really nice, so maybe that goes in the dip. I want like a bit of a spice, I think. Oh, we've got pepperoncinis, so maybe that kind of goes with our pepper theme. I have a little packet of tapatio from a restaurant. That's real Level Up Your Leftovers, a packet from a fast food restaurant. I think that's about it. As we go, we can add more seasonings. Oh, I have green onion. Yeah, let's just get out my produce here. Green onion. Now I think let's do this in a food processor again, because I want to see flecks of the pepper. I want to see flecks, but I want it to be kind of smooth. So it may just be like blend some and then fold in the rest. So I'll kind of see. We'll just get going here and see what happens as usual. That's the whole point of Level Up Your Leftovers. You just take whatever you have, find some kind of inspiration and throw it together. This is how you learn how to cook better, learn how to eat better, be self-sufficient and empowered in the kitchen. And I've been trying to show this to you guys ever since I started this channel in, I believe the first recipe went up in 2015, yeah. And you should go back and watch that if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's pretty hilarious. I have roasted red peppers from a jar that you saw in the last version of this episode, I should say. I'm just gonna pat this one dry. It's the one piece that was left in the jar. So I don't want all that like liquid that's sort of in there. So just pat it dry, it can go in here. Now you'll just sort of trim your peppers from the inside. These were mini bell peppers, so I roasted them over an open flame on my gas stove, and they're all pretty much yellow and orange. So my dip's not gonna be too red, except for that one red pepper. So remove the seeds and all that. I got these 2 little orange guys. Okay, and we want them to get pretty mushed up. And I got these pepperoncinis, as I mentioned. Cut them in half and squeeze. They got a lot of juice in there. Get rid of the stem, and you can keep some of the seeds because that's where some of our heat's gonna come from. I think I'll add 3 into here. Okay, now let's blend that up and see what it looks like. So it's nice because you see the little flecks of the roasting, which I like. Since we're going to use up this garlic sauce from the previous video, and it's oil, it's all oil, I am gonna put it in here because I want it to get emulsified with the pepper. It's got the garlic sauce from Whole Foods, which is sunflower oil, lemon juice, garlic, and salt. And I added dill and chives and lemon juice. So it's really delicious on its own, but again, leveling up your leftovers, just use it up because it's sitting out here. Nice. This is pretty liquidy. In order to thicken it, I was like, maybe it's a little bit of sour cream, but also I think feta is gonna be good. So I've got a bit of feta crumbles left. The sour cream, sure. So that's about 3/4 of a cup. Yeah, it's gonna need the cream cheese, I think, just to make it a little thicker than this. It's a bit too drippy, I think. Let's see where we're at on a salt level. Definitely needs salt. I'm gonna start with 1/2 teaspoon. I'm gonna add in the rest of the chives that I have. I have 1 jalapeno in the fridge. That actually would have been good in this, roasted as well, just because it's missing heat. The pepperoncini didn't really add much heat. But we also have my hot sauce. I mean, we can just add hot sauce. That adds some heat. Let's add like, I don't know, 1/2 cup of cream cheese. That'll soften. We'll have to smush it in here and get it combined since we're now out of the food processor. I think I still have tortilla chips in my cupboard too. I suppose the other thing we could do is actually blend it in a blender and make it really smooth. I mean, what do you prefer? I don't know. Maybe it should be smoother than this. I mean, this is what testing is. You're like, you have a vision and then it sort of starts to turn a different direction as you go. Maybe it should be blended. It might be a really nice color. Okay, it needs this tapatio. Yes, it does. So this is a packet, whatever amount that is. It looks like only 1/2 teaspoon. That's gonna add a nice kick. All right, we're gonna blend it. I think it should be smoother, in fact. I think it needs just a hit of this lemon. Tiny bit. You know what, I think it might even need more garlic. So since we're gonna blend it, I'm just gonna put some minced garlic in here. Now we will blend it. We should have started with the blender, but I wasn't sure. So if you're making this, just start with the blender. I think we made cheese sauce instead. Yeah, it's now liquidier because I blended the okay, I don't know. What's going on with me? Okay. You know, if we want to go for cheese sauce, because I don't find it's too peppery. It's peppery, but it's not that peppery. It just needs maybe some miso. And then let's put tapioca and then heat it up. Bing, bang, boom, there we go. So tapioca is what I use in my mozzarella sauce, which makes it gooey. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons and then you're gonna heat it up, so you shouldn't really taste it. And you're gonna heat it up quite a bit to get rid of the taste of the tapioca. I happen to have red miso just sort of at the front of my fridge. So let's just add, it's much stronger than a mellow white, so I'm gonna add only a teaspoon here. And we've accidentally made cheese again. Okay. Again, I mean, I always accidentally make cheese, I feel like. Now this is gonna thicken fairly quickly. I've got on a medium heat. You'll know when it's thick enough, you'll be able to tell. I'm gonna say it's about 6 minutes till it probably simmers. Corn chips, still from my Mexican fiesta styling. I have macaroni. It's heated and everything, but it's really not, it's not to my level. It's fine. It's just that I think based on its consistency, we should do some type of macaroni or pasta bake. I have another packet of tapatio. We're gonna go back in the blender. It's just not good enough on its own as like a cheese sauce with chips. My cheese sauce just can't be beat. I don't know why I've decided I would create another version. But this, I can see this tasting really good with macaroni or some type of noodle. And I have in the freezer some of my favorite stuff. the Gardein beefless ground round. So I feel like, you know, that vibe. Maybe we put some chips on the top, these corn chips, blue and white corn chips that I have. I'm adding this because I feel like this is missing some fattiness. Like it's too watery from the peppers, if that makes any sense. So we need to get some fat in the mix. That could come from oil, that could come from anything. But we're gonna use vegan cream cheese, which is predominantly oil anyways. All right, now I don't know what it's gonna taste like. Oh yeah, where's that hot sauce go? Oops. So I'm gonna blend that. Again, I'm a little discombobulated. We don't have a clear picture here, but I do have faith it's going to all come together. So, okay, I added some more miso. I added the rest of the cream cheese. It tastes delicious. It does taste like red pepper, but it's subtle, and I think if we add some other things in, it won't be too overpowering. I've consulted the sidekick, Michael, who's in the house. He'll be tasting this at the end. I was debating between doing a one bake type or a one pan bake Mexican style macaroni cheese casserole or a Italian style bake, and that would put me between these two products. So they're both great, actually. It was the difference between breadcrumbs on the top and a few other ingredients, or corn chips on the top. He wants corn chips on the top. What I like to do is just, it's frozen. I'm gonna heat it in the microwave just so I can break it up, because it's a bit, or you know what, maybe I don't need to. Maybe I can just get it broken up by hand. And I'd like to do this all in one pot with my dry macaroni. New book, Hot for Food All Day. Do you have it? Get it. There's 5 recipes for one pot mac and cheese, 5 ways to level it up. Now this is totally different. It's like, I'm just maybe looking at it as a guideline because I use that much liquid, 2.5. So I'm gonna do 2 cups of noodles. Yeah, that looks about right. Now let's just, before we add anything else, let's just add our raw ingredients, like our onion. You know what I want to add to this? Just a little bit of chipotle chili pepper mixed in throughout. I don't know, maybe half a teaspoon. Okay, let's pray to the food lords that this works. I'm gonna put it all in, I'm gonna cover it with foil, and then we're gonna pray that this bakes like a one pot. I set the timer for 30 minutes. We're halfway through. I feel like I should check on it because I have no clue what's happening in there. Oh, this is gonna take a very long time. So I'm thinking for the top, we shred some cheese and mix that with the crushed up tortilla. So I just have some slices of cheese and we can just grate them like this. Because I don't have any shredded cheese that's thawed right now. So I have a mix of white and blue. So we'll just crush those up. This is actually kind of good because it sort of sticks to the cheese. Now, let's see, I might have salsa in the fridge. Oh, I do. So we can dollop some of this on the top too. And that'll just sort of sizzle and smush in the top. We got 1 minute left on the timer and I think it's gonna be ready. So that'll be a total of 40 minutes. It's been baking at 450. 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're not gonna leave it, we're not gonna cover it anymore. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, whoa. Okay, stir it up. This is like perfect. Oh my God, that was the perfect ratio. I don't know how that ends up working out all the time. Okay, just gonna do this. This looks really cool. I like the mix of the purple and the white. And then we're gonna, I don't have much salsa, so we're just gonna do, you know, a couple dollops here and there. I can't believe I had this salsa. I think that's been in there a while. Okay, I mean, really we should just broil the top. I don't even think we should keep baking it because that's like the perfect consistency of the pasta. Or maybe should I put cilantro on top? Well, you can do whatever you want. Like, it could go longer, but if anything, I need a torch, which I actually do have a torch. I got a new torch. I used to have a big one, and I got this smaller one. This is actually better. It's done. Okay, let's just move on. The official taste tester here. Okay, I need to taste it too because I really don't know what happened in there. So you saw at the beginning I had roasted peppers, tried to make a dip, landed on this Mexican macaroni casserole.
Yes, use the macaroni.
I used the macaroni and I did it in one pan, like with dried macaroni. And then I put crushed corn chips on top with cheese and salsa and cilantro. Here we go. Ooh, look at the inside. Steamy. It's really hot. I mean,
like too hot?
Like, yeah, like blow on it a lot because you always burn your mouth.
Yes.
It's so hot.
It's super hot.
Look at the steam because it's been cooking for 40 minutes in the oven. We can be really careful. Uh-oh. It's because you're thinking it's supposed to be something else.
It's different. I'm thinking it's going to be macaroni and cheese.
No, it's not.
And it's not at all.
It's just like a casserole of some kind.
It is good though. What is that spice?
There's a few spices. There's chipotle chili. There's tapatio hot sauce. There's also pepperoncini pepper somewhere in there.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of kick to it.
I would call this like a nacho casserole.
That's a good name. Yeah. I mean...
So you don't like it, or you like it, but you thought it was going to be something else?
When the first bite of anything is boiling hot, you can't tell if it's good or not. You're just struggling to lower the temperature. But yeah, no, it's good.
I think it's good. It's got a really interesting balance of everything.
And I was, to be honest, I was expecting like a spicy mac and cheese or something with the chips crumbled on top. But
No.
It's just not that at all.
I think it's like Mexican hamburger helper. Or maybe you can't even call it Mexican. It's more Tex-Mex. It's kind of like my Tex-Mex mac and cheese, but as a one-pot bake. Remember my Tex-Mex mac and cheese from my cookbook that you tested?
That's what I was thinking this was going to be.
Right, which is like mac and cheese with Tex-Mex mixed in. But now we've like mashed it together.
Listen, I like it and I'm going to eat it.
Right.
It just,
that's all that matters.
Yeah, it threw me off that it wasn't. I thought it was going to be a little more cheesy too.
Right. Yeah, well that's the problem with that sauce is it never really was. I guess I find it cheesy because this is like the vegan version of cheese to me. It's cheesy.
It's cheesy, but it's not like that. Like
no, but
not
neither
like
is my mac and cheese like
Can
that.
you get any vegan cheese to do that?
Not really the way you think it's going to do that. No.
No.
Yeah, I think one day we'll have a stretchy, basically like a dairy-free cheese, but with the dairy proteins engineered from plants, meaning no animals were harmed.
Right. Yes, we should.
And that it actually doesn't contain any actual dairy, although I don't know if you'd consider that because casein is from dairy. Anyway, I don't really know how that all works, but
okay, we're getting too technical.
They're doing that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, clearly, it's getting better with every bite.
Yes, that's also important. And what I'll say about this is the perfect ratio of sauce to macaroni. I had the 4 cups of sauce to 2 cups of dried mac, and it absorbed perfectly, which was a complete miracle, basically. All right.
I'm digging it. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, good.
Just don't eat it at 500 degrees. Are you pushing me out of here?
Well, I guess you could have stayed, but now I'm in this weird wide shot. Anyway, that's Level Up Your Leftovers. That was a journey for sure, this one. Go watch the older episodes and the one just before this where I actually started doing those roasted peppers and ended up here now. So you never know what's going to happen in Level Up Your Leftovers, formerly known as Recipe, if you have taken inspiration from this concept that I invented on Hot for Food's YouTube channel. Let me know. I think I did invent it. Everyone's doing it now, but like, I don't know. I think I invented it. I'd actually like to know for sure, because before I was doing this on YouTube, I never saw anybody doing this on YouTube. So Just, that's all I'm just saying. It doesn't really matter. Everyone can do whatever they want. You want more? Okay, you want some more. All right, see ya, bye, subscribe, yada yada.
Sorry, everybody.